Yep, I was talking about that other fellow that Providence told me about. I don't want to go through the whole story again. But I guess I probably should, but it was like, that was like the thing though. There was like another person that was like me that just, they lived in this place with all this like big house, everything you could possibly want, and like all this rolling grass. And then the person got out to like the edge of the property, and then just one day just kind of like kept going out into like the forest, found some like little inn or something like that. And then and then he just like, I think it was a he, or maybe a she, went to like some tavern or an inn or something, had a grand old time, and then decided to just kind of like run off. He had like I said, he had like some connections south. I always imagined this like in England or something, like Lincolnshire. He had like some connections that were like south or something, and then met up with those people, was there for like a little while, and other people were like, you gotta get him out of here, because everybody, it's a miracle they haven't gotten to here yet, looking for this guy. And then he ran off and sort of like zigzagged his way through like Europe and wound up either in Italy or, and it was like Algiers or something like that, and then there he like kind of stayed, or something like that. He did things and things happened, or whatever it was that he did. And so that was that. I just told the story though in much more richer detail than I did just now. It was like, I remember Providence telling me about that though. And they were like, it was like they didn't want to admit that they made a mistake. They just wanted to say, this time we're not going to let, the next one we get a hold of, we're going to let, that one's not going to let go. We're not going to let that one go. And, well, okay. I was wrong about that. And so that's like with me, it's like I was saying though, they watched the person, but that's not the same thing as having like security. This person could like kind of go out to the edge of the property and nobody bothered to like watch the person. And, or not that much or something, I don't know, maybe snuck out at night or something. And then it was like, this time they decided to have security to make sure that the person didn't get away. And there was a lot of stuff where they really kind of wanted to make sure that they did something, were able to control the person or something based on their way of like kind of like doing things and stuff. The only thing they admit that was wrong was that they didn't have enough like security. And that was like it. Other than that, they were going to do the same thing with me that they were going to do with this like other person. It's like she said, these like rolling hills of grass, and the person would just go out there and run around in it and then go back to the house. And then one day they just decided to kind of go. Like when I was saying too, the person was like kept isolated from like a lot of stuff and didn't know that there was like places where there was like nice sunny weather and things like that. And all the time, it was some kind of like place like in England or something. And then, like I said, she said there was another person that was thought was like that like a long time even before that, although she was kind of vague about that. So, there we go. Oh, let's look at the books. Remember, she said it was like, there was like another, and it was like, so, I don't know if it was just a story or what. Like I said too, that little person thing that I drew that was like kind of going over like a fence and stuff, I made that little poem about it, like in the winter of either 88 or 89, like December I think it was, of 88, so, that's what the person did though. They just kind of like went out and just kind of kept walking. They went to some inn or something. They were like, I could go back. He was just kind of like, these people are fine, and figured he could like survive, and kind of did. Just sort of zigzagged his way through like England. I think it was that. Got to like southern England, and they were like, you can't stay here. You got to keep going and just zigzag here and there until you get someplace. Now all this stuff right here is like the same stuff they had before, in a way where like people were kind of like a little bit off and sort of weird. This time though, they decided not to have like be so lax about security, and so now it's just like, so I like gotta like stay here, but they want to win things like their way, and they're insisting that it's right. This could have been, this was like it was supposed to be like some time before my time, so we could be looking at like, I'm not kidding, we could be looking at literally like 400 years ago or something. So I don't have no idea what happened to the person after that. Oh look, there we go. film. The Depeche Mode thing is gone. Bye bye Depeche Mode. Oh. We got some time left. Sponsored by. I guess that place is closed. If you're too drunk to go fishing, you might be a redneck. If you're too drunk to go up the stairs to get to Heidi and Sarah in North Bend, you just might be a redneck. Like, you can join us if you can make it up those stairs. I was like, I can't go up the stairs. So out I was on that particular day. I know, I thought about walking around and I could film stuff, but I'm just sort of like, yeah, I can film stuff in Starbucks and download that as well. So. Got like 3 minutes. So that was the story of some fellow guarding. Yeah, they didn't have security. They had people watching, but they were like, that's not the same thing as like making sure the person doesn't run off. You know, it was like, you know, they had like the most valuable thing in the universe, and it was just like they just simply let the person kind of just walk off, and it was just like you can't do that. I don't know. With me, they got a little smarter about it, so I walk off like that, and there's always the gas the whole world potential, you know, depopulate everything, and then there we go. I haven't done it yet. I think it's just because they're waiting for, you know, me to think like they do or whatever, and it's just not working out, so it's a danger. Sounds like that one person. What time is it? Yeah, they should be there. Okay, that worked. So, that was the... Oh, I got 1 minute left. So, that was the story of the fellow. Who just kind of like went out and just kind of kept right on walking. It's like the movie The Little Minister. I just thought it was like that. Like the Wizard of Oz, too. Poppies. That'll work. Put everybody in opioids and then they won't think. Sleepy. Okay. Statue of Liberty. Alright, let's see how that's going. Oh, just about out of time. So, just let the thing run out.